Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which way you're watching this live. Welcome, or on demand. Welcome. This is the Green Light Book Study by the Spirit, Andrea Louise, through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. And today we have chapter 24. So we are almost halfway through the chapters, and in the box in the description you have a link to the playlist. So if you want to watch them back to back, feel free to do so. So today's chapter is titled Desires. So we're going to have an interesting conversation about our central desires and what wanting something, wishing for something can do in our daily lives. Isn't that beautiful? It's a very informative, practical book by the Spirit, Andrea Louise. And he says, desire is the anticipation of an achievement. By wishing, we form a mentalization. By mentalizing, we are acting. And by acting, we attract. And by attracting, we bring about the realization. How you think is how you believe, and how you believe it will be. Each one of us has today what we wished for yesterday, just as we will have tomorrow what we desired today. Unquote for now, half of the chapter. Very dense, short and dense teaching. So let's go back. So when we desire, we are anticipating the realization of something in our lives or in the lives of others when we wish good things for those who are around us. So what is today your central desire? This is also in one of the books of Andrea Louise. I think it's Action and Reaction, where he asks, with the central desire, what is that we're truly wishing for? Is it love, understanding, compassion, power? Do we desire the goodness within us to extend out into others? Are we wishing for good things, or are we wishing to remain the same? It's very important that we examine what were we wishing for today. Because when we want something, we mentalize it. So we form mental images. And when we have those mental images, we can act. And when we act, we attract. And we attract, we can bring about the realization. So let's dissect it out a little bit further to make more sense. Let's say I wish for a peaceful evening with my family. When I say the words, I hope you have a lovely evening with your family, you have that wish within ourselves, and I'm wishing you that, but I'm wishing that for myself, that desire for a peaceful night. But I have to put some words, some images into those words, so I can close my eyes and think, what would be a peaceful, enjoyable evening? I'm making it very trivial so it's easier for us to talk about, and I'll bring about a little deeper later. For you, that enjoyable evening may be you're playing ball with your children in the backyard. The other person, maybe they're going to put a movie and watch. The next person is enjoyable evening, finishing up homework with their children. So there are many ways for the same desire to come about. But you have to think about it. You put mental images to it. So you're like imagining how things are going to look like. And then when we have that, then we can start acting towards that realization. And we start attracting things that will bring about that desire within ourselves. So if we wish to acquire peacefulness within ourselves, which is to an extent, a very abstract concept. I can say, well, when I feel peaceful, I won't react. I will act, not react as much to my environment. No matter what's happening around me, I will stay calm. But in order to get there, I have to visualize myself calm. That's why reading this in books and examples is good, because you have inside of your brain the ability to imagine things. So we can mentalize and imagine being calm and peaceful and take steps towards it so that we can attract more peaceful people around us, more peaceful, more tranquil situations, instead of always looking for the drama and the problems and the chaos and doing. You look for times for meditation, times to learn new skills. So that's how this desire of peacefulness can be brought about inside of us. So sometimes we desire power, recognition, and that central desire eats and rots us inside of us because we are wishing for something, then we are attracting, we forming mental images of how you would like look like powerful in the C-suite, and then perhaps you can inch little by little towards that desire if that's the desire you have. But I'm going to focus on more positive desires. And he says, when you think, you believe, and you believe to be. So if I think that there's goodness in the world, if I believe that, then I will see goodness in the world. This first part reminds me a lot of the book Thought in Life by Emmanuel, which there is a playlist on Cardiac Radio for it, where he talks about feelings, thoughts triggering feelings, emotions, and then actions. Where he says, I think it's in chapter 10, he talks about visualize the good, feel the good, mold the good, see the good. Right? Because if I think that there's goodness around me, then I'll start believing it. And as I believe, I will be able to bring about the goodness. So if I come, a very trivial example of something that we do every day. Let's say I leave my house to go to work. So I visualize I want a peaceful, calm drive to work. Then I can look around opportunities to make that drive peaceful, to visualize everybody driving around and their cars or public transit, and their mentors with them, and they're talking about their day, how they're going to do better. I can slow down the speed of my car to be calmer and less reactive. I should respect, I will be respecting the laws of traffic in my area. So for the desire for a peaceful, safe drive can bring about little things that you're visualizing yourself driving and breathing, consciously breathing in and out, visualize peace around you. So, but if I think everybody's stressed, everybody's having issues, and then on my way to work, I will start seeing and attracting those to myself. And that's what this central desire, what is my ultimate desire inside of me? He says, each of us has today what we wished for yesterday, just as we will have tomorrow what we desire today. And we could spend the rest, we just could put a period here and be done for this half of chapter. So where we are today is what we wished for yesterday. And let's put the layer of reincarnation. Where I am today is the result of the actions, the things that I did, the things that I didn't do in previous lives that brought me to this family, to this place, to this location. And you multiply that all by the grace of God. It's not a one-to-one relationship, right? It's, of course, we are reaping what we sowed, but God has put a lot of grace into our lives to allow us to even be where we are today. So what do you want to wish for your tomorrow? What are you doing today? Are your desires today that tomorrow, if we are granted one more day, then we can create that peaceful, mindful future for ourselves? Isn't that very, very interesting? Today is a deeper chapter and discussion, because that's what is important too. He's going to say, quote, this field of desire, when you wish something, there is this field around you. in the fields of the soul is similar to a plantation. When you have a plantation or have a agricultural land, then you're planting something. You're sowing something there. You're sowing corn, you get corn, right? You sow soy, you get soy. So this field of desire is similar to a plantation, wherein each farmer is free to sow whatever he or she wants, but they are responsible for reaping the results of it. So whatever you desire today, you're free to do so. You have free will. But now you're responsible for reaping what you sowed. So if today I'm sowing small act of kindness, I will reap kindness in the end. If today I go about bitter, complaining, and seeing the negative, that's what I'm going to reap tomorrow. Make sense? Very clear, right? So think about your field of desire around your heart and your soul. What do you really want for your life and the life of those around you? So whatever that is, that's your sowing. And then what you're getting is what we reap, because we are attracting that to ourselves, as he explains in the mechanisms above. Very interesting analogy. He says, the time, quote, the time that an evil man or woman, a man in case of human being, spend acting against the law of God, right? It's the same time that a saint spends working for the sublimation of life. So time is there. Are you going to be the person like working against the law? Or are we going to be working with the law within the boundaries of divine laws in order to sublimate, make ourselves better over time? Any desire in its essence is an element becoming reality. The moment I desire, the element has the possibility of becoming a reality. That's why it's important to know what we desire. Question 919, self-knowledge, right? The spirits tell us. And St. Augustine, later in that dissertation, he's going to say, every day, by what you did, is your conscience clear? How can I have done better? Go make amends. So if our desire is to hurt others, then we have to think about that could become a reality. And now we have compromised our growth with that desire. Life is always the result of our own choices. Taking ownership, the agency. So if life is the result of our own choice today, we can seek the help we need through spiritism, through our groups, through psychology, through medicine, a lot of different community groups, so that I can start making better choices, so that I can reap a better tomorrow. Thought is a living element. After having acted upon its objectives, reaches the person who sent it, just as much in the sense of goodness or as in badness. So when we have a good thought, it reaches the person in a good way, or if the thought is negative, of revenge, of wishing bad things, of hatred, you name it, that's going to reach the objective of your thoughts. He says thought is a living element. Thought is life, as Emmanuel says. So these superior spirits are bringing to us these teachings that are coherent with the teachings of the Spiritist doctrine. The Jesus phrase, and of course with the Old and New Testament as well, because Spiritism is the third revelation. So we have to think about knowing the first and the second revelation. Because what is we're going to bring about now, he says the Jesus phrase, quote, seek and you will find, equally means, quote, you will find what you desire, unquote. So what are you seeking today? What are you desiring today? I hope you desire to be healthy and well. You desire the goodness and prosperity of everyone around you. And between now and the next time we see each other, we desire and hope that we can be together. I ask you that you leave your comments, your thoughts, your ideas. I also encourage everyone to like and share and follow us in the different channels so that more people can know of these teachings of Spiritism and can spread goodness in their lives. Between now and the next time we meet, stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.